Hey everyone, welcome back to the Simplicity Film Show. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Welcome back to episode number 5. We want to dive straight into it today. We're going to be talking about how to save more money and really a simple approach to personal finance. And the reason I'm going to be talking about this today is actually on my Instagram page, I've gotten 3 to 4 questions from you guys regarding this topic. So I thought it'd be really cool just to share my insight, and I hope you guys find it useful. So I wanted to start off this podcast just by sharing a statistic that I actually found the other day and kind of inspired me to talk about this. So I'm going to read it to you guys, and it's 33% of Americans have nothing tucked into their savings account, and according to the 2016 Go Banking Rates survey, 35% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved in their bank account. I just find that to be so fascinating that 35% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account. So at 18 years old, I've been able to save a good amount of money these last few years. People really struggle to put money in their savings account and are really living paycheck to paycheck, right? So one of my favorite quotes coming to you from Dave Ramsey is live like nobody else now so that in the future you could live like no one else. And what that really means is live frugally now, save your money now so that in the future you could live a comfortable life and you could really go out and spend the money and enjoy the money you've put away. So before I dive into some ways you guys could actually start putting away more money into your savings account, I just want to share Gary Vaynerchuk's story and thoughts on this. So you guys know I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk. I listen to his podcast and things like that. And I just find his story very fascinating because it truly is someone who lived frugally for 10, I think it was actually 11 years. He did this for 11 years. He was working at his dad's liquor store, right? And he was making about $35,000 a year. So that's not a lot of income compared to a lot of people out there, right? It's a very basic salary. But what he did is he lived in a very cheap apartment in New Jersey. He wore about the same thing every single day, never spent his money, and for 11 years straight put away $30,000 every year in his savings account, right? So at the end of it, he had, I don't know the exact number, he's actually never shared it, but probably near $500,000 in his savings account. And then from there, he was able to leverage that, make the right investments, and became a millionaire. But the point is, saving money is going to help you in the future no matter what. It's just something to lean back on. It's great to have an emergency fund, and it's just a really good idea. So I want to dive into some strategies, some ways you guys could start to save more money. So I hope you guys find it useful. Number 1 is the art of tackling a side hustle. Most people out there, they have a job, and that's where the majority of their income comes from. But if you could develop or do something on the side that's going to make you some extra money that you could put straight into savings. It's not money you're going to go out and spend or enjoy. You're going to have this side hustle to make more money and to immediately put it in a savings account. So some ideas would be starting a YouTube channel, starting a podcast, selling stuff at home that you don't need on eBay and Amazon. That's another idea. Starting up an e-commerce store. There's so many different side hustles. Just find something that you enjoy doing. And when you get back home from work or school or whatever, pursue this side hustle. And eventually, you never know, someday it could outgrow and you could start making more money than your actual job from your side hustle. So having a side hustle is super useful because you're just going to be bringing in more money that you could set aside and save. Because remember, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, a lot of your money is going to go to rent, food. So let's say at the end of the day, you don't make enough to where you could put in a savings account. The side hustle is going to give you that opportunity to be able to do that. So the next thing I would be aware of is subscription services, right? We all have Spotify, we all have Netflix, all these different subscription services. And when you look at it, a lot of the time you don't even realize that, they're taking that $15, $10, $20, whatever the subscription costs. They're taking that out of your bank account every single month. So what I would do is go add up all the different subscriptions you have and look at that total. You'll actually be surprised. So for me, I have a lot of different services that I use for my own business and things like that. And I added it all up, and it's really about $250 worth of subscriptions, right? So if you could pick and choose and really have only the subscriptions you truly need, you could save an extra $100, $50, $200 a month, depending on the subscriptions you have. And just to give you perspective on how far, $200 or $300 goes per month, I'm going to share this another statistic that I read the other day, and I thought it was really cool. So let's say your net worth is under $100,000. The fastest way to increase it is through your lifestyle choices, not investment returns. Okay, so let's break this down. So let's say you're able to put away an extra $300 a month into a savings account. At the end of the year, that's going to be an extra $3,600 in your savings account. Okay? Now let's put it into perspective like this. Let's say you did a $50,000 investment. This investment could be anything from real estate, stocks, doesn't matter. But let's say you got a 7% return on this investment. You're probably going to put away $3,500 that year. So it's crazy that in certain situations, you could save more money and make more money at the end of the year just by sliding money over into your savings account. So that's just just to really put it into perspective, is $200, $300, $400 a month goes a long way over time. Okay, so, and honestly, a lot of people my age as well, they see all these gurus online, YouTube, Instagram, telling you and promoting you, like, hey, buy my course, you're going to learn how to invest, or go invest in the next trending thing like Bitcoin and things like that. And truly, that's really a bad idea. So for me, I would never go and invest in something that I truly don't understand or completely understand. So that's the key, is really put away your money. And then once you get the information and once you get knowledgeable about a certain investment, you can go ahead and do that investment. But to start off, just put money in your bank account first, right? Don't go listen to these online gurus the reason they're telling you to invest is because they want you to invest in their program or course, right? So they can make more money off of you. So please be aware of that, especially if you're my age. And these are just really some things that I've seen and that I'm trying to kind of make you guys aware of. So after you kind of take a look at all your subscriptions and the things that are kind of depleting your bank account at the end of the month, really what you want to try and practice is being frugal. So this is huge. So think about it like this. Let's say you and your friends go out on weekends to have dinner or whatever it is that you do for entertainment, right? Let's say you do that 4 times a month and you're spending an extra $200 on that entertainment. Bring it down to twice a month and watch how many you'll save. You'll be so surprised at what happens when you kind of change your lifestyle choices. It adds up very, very quickly. So really try to be more frugal. Don't go out and buy a $50 t-shirt. Go buy a $20, $15 t-shirt. People worry so much about the brand that they're wearing, Gucci and all these things. It's just a waste of money and a waste of time. Really, guys. And really on another note is cars, right? People love to go and buy that brand new, clean BMW, but then what they don't realize is you could have bought a Toyota Corolla and it's a car that's going to actually save you money because it has good gas mileage. Practice living more frugal, because it's just, like Dave Ramsey said, live like nobody else now so that in the future you could live like nobody else. The quickest way not to put money away and not to become successful is to start buying things you don't need. And we do a lot of that, like all the commercials out there. There's just everything within social media right now promotes that kind of stuff, promotes you showing off and continuing to buy new things. So don't get caught up in that trap, and just understand that if you want to save money, do not underestimate what $200, $300, or an extra $400 a month will do. So it'll make a huge difference. And like I said, you're going to be very surprised. If I'm able to do this at 18 years old, and I've done it successfully for the last few years, and I've put away a lot of money, you guys can too. It's really changing and deciding your different lifestyle choices. That's really the key to it. Make more money than you spend, slide money into that savings account. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video podcast. I'm just trying to talk about topics that, people reach out to me about. And if you have any questions regarding this issue, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. I'm just trying to share my insight, my thoughts on things that are relevant here in my life and hopefully that are beneficial and useful to you guys. So if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. And if you're listening on the 9 different platforms that this podcast is on now, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one.